Well, good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Heritage High School, where tonight Rex Brewer and Kent Arnold will make history with the first ever boys volleyball match on WZBD. We are on a WZBD Radio YouTube channel tonight, and Kent, as we watched the junior varsity play here between Leo and Heritage, in game one, we saw a lot of sloppy play, but as game two proceeded, both teams got a little bit sharper, a little bit crisper.
They all got warmed up in that first game, and their contacts were in fact a lot cleaner. The officials, I think, were showing them some leniency, and that's all right. And they were fair both sides, both directions. And once they started handling the ball, we saw some better volleyball that second game.
Yeah, one of the things in the first game, we did not see a lot of blocks, a lot of people stand around, but in the second game, it seemed like both teams put double blocks up. I saw some nice block kills, a lot better play on both sides. First game, there was a lot of lifts, a lot of double hits, things like that. But in that second game, they tightened it up. In the first game, Heritage won that first game at 25-13. And in the second game, Leo came back, and it was a close match. They went back and forth, was within 1 point most of the way. And Leo ends up taking game number two, or set number two, a score of 25-22. In a pretty good matchup. And tonight we're having a reunion night, and they went back and they've invited all of the players that played back in the 70s that played here at Heritage. And Randy Heiser, our sometimes broadcaster and reporter, said back in the 70s when he was here at Heritage, he said they had a very good volleyball team.
Yeah, and I was at Norwell in the 70s, and Norwell had a volleyball team. They also were very competitive, and at that time they were playing teams like Heritage, Harding had a team, Leo had a team back then, and those were probably the four main teams in this area that competed for the opportunity to go down and play for a state title.
As we look at some of these players that are playing here on this floor tonight for Heritage, as you look at the rosters and think, okay, who's going to play volleyball? I mean, are they going to be basketball players out of season? Are they going to be some track guys that decide they don't want to run track? Kind of a mix of both. I know that I see Kobe Meyer's name on here, and he is probably the best football player that this school has had in quite some time. And you're seeing a lot of other very fine athletes. And one thing we did see in that junior varsity contest is most of these guys don't look like volleyball players, but they are just really good athletes that they've kind of converted into volleyball players.
Well, it's going to depend, too, on the size of the school. If you've got a big school like Carroll or Homestead where they're numbering 2,000-3,000 students, they by the time they make cuts for varsity and junior varsity, you got some good athletes that got sent packing, and they're looking for an opportunity to play. You get a smaller school like Heritage, South Adams, something like that, where now just about everybody's going to play on their main teams. They're not going to have enough kids. I'm surprised by the number of players that Heritage had turn out. They're not one of the larger schools in our area.
Which means that they've had a little bit of success, and they have a little bit of heritage, heritage, so to speak, for long-term guys that have played in this game. And as I look at the Max Prep page for this, Heritage is coming in tonight 4-3, and Leo coming in 2-6. Some of the teams that Heritage has been defeated by are the big three in Fort Wayne, in Carroll, Homestead, and Fort Wayne Snyder. Against Columbia City, they were a winner. They defeated New Haven. They lost to Carroll. They lost to Homestead. They defeated Fort Wayne Northside. They were defeated by Fort Wayne Snyder. They defeated DeKalb. Now they're playing Leo here tonight. Other teams that getting ready to play, Fort Wayne Southside has a team. Fort Wayne Concordia Lutheran has a team. Woodland has a team. Fort Wayne Northrop and Huntington North. That rounds out their schedule. So along with girls wrestling right now, boys volleyball is what's considered an emerging sport. We know we keep close tracks on the wrestling, and we believe that girls wrestling is about a tick away from becoming an ISSAA sport, and that will be announced in May, so we'll determine if that happens. And I think when the committee comes out and makes their decisions, there's a lot of talk that boys volleyball also will become an IHSAA sanctioned sport.
It's actually a re-emerging sport since they already had it back in the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure what pinched that out at the time, but one of the things that happens here at Heritage, they have such a strong girls volleyball program. The guys sit there in the stands, they watch them, they see how it's done right, and they got to be thinking, you know what, I wouldn't mind getting out there and taking a swing at it myself. And so that probably explains a lot of their turnout.
As I run down this list of starters here for the boys team, I see several names that are young men who have sisters that played on a volleyball team. I know that Lexi Walter, her brother Braden Walter, is on this team, and Simmons, his sister was a good volleyball player. Mullins, several other players here. And have we got the starting lineups rounded up yet, Ken? Have they handed those to us yet?
I have not seen that yet.
We'll see if this gentleman sitting next to you has those. We'll get those starting lineups as these teams are getting ready to start their warm-ups here pretty soon. But we are on the WZBD YouTube channel, first time ever of the broadcast, and it's Kent Arnold along with Rex Brewer. And Kent, as we get into this season here, this is our first match. We don't have any more scheduled, but like I told the Heritage boys, if you want your matches covered, we need to get some sponsorship behind this, and the Heritage fans and the Heritage sponsors have stepped up very nicely for baseball and football and other sports. So we'll see how this goes as both these teams take the floor as they get ready to go here and warm up as they start their warm-up drills. Once again, I can look here and see who Leo has played and see what kind of matchups Leo has had as I look at their score. And all these here are on Max Prep. They were defeated by Fort Wayne Snyder 3-1. They defeated Woodland. They were defeated by Huntington North. They were defeated 3-2 by New Haven. They were defeated by Fort Wayne Northside 3-2. They were defeated by Columbus City in 3 straight sets. And East Noble defeated in 3 straight sets. They were also defeated. They were able to defeat DeKalb. So as we look at some of these NE8 schools, with the powerhouse that Belmont's girls team has had, you just wonder is it going to be very long before some of those basketball players decide that they want to slide over and take a little volleyball action?
I think that it should be in the makings. I haven't heard anything to that effect, but they also have a tremendous model in the girls volleyball program showing it how it's supposed to be done. And you watch the pep block over there when they have a match. They are as excited at that volleyball match as they are at any sport. There's got to be some kids out there with some athletic ability that just haven't found their niche yet. This could be it.
And as we look on this floor here, there are some young men that that they're guys that didn't make the varsity at some other schools that come in and have found a little home here to get some action in. We saw some kids on both sides of the floor that had some very good technique. We saw a couple of guys that were doing setting for both sides, had very good hands, and we saw guys setting from the back row on serve receive, which was not an easy thing to do, as we saw some really good hard serves, a lot of just float serves, but there's some good attacks. Most of these guys are pretty zealous and hit them over the end line, but there were some guys snapping off some really good spikes there.
Well, they're going to have the muscle to do it. They're just going to have to learn how to control it, and then that top spin makes a big difference, getting that ball down into the court. Otherwise, it's going to sail off that back wall.
As we watch here as they start making getting their warm-ups in here, I may sneak over here and see if we can play a couple of commercials from our fine sponsors. And we did see one thing we talked about off air. There are some really athletic players, and the difference between, I think, the girls' sports and the boys' sport is going to be the strength and the speed of the game. My kids played soccer, and when I had to go from a girls' high school game to a boys' soccer game, you see it, the physicality step up a notch, the speed stepped up a notch, and I think that's what you're going to see here in volleyball as well.
Well, and there should be two things that really make a big difference between the boys and the girls playing. You're probably going to see more 6-foot boys than you do 6-foot girls, and you're going to see a difference in their vertical jump. I'm going to say, and I haven't done a lot of research on this, but I'm going to say most of these high school boys out here are going to have a vertical jump somewhere between 18 and 22 inches, and then you start getting 24, 26 inches then and go along with a 6-foot frame and arms to reach. You're going to need that to make up for the extra 6 inches that they jack the net up. The boys are playing on an 8-foot net instead of a 7-foot 6-inch net that the girls play on.
So as I look at this lineup card here for Heritage, they do have their boys' heights listed, and the wide receiver for this Heritage football team definitely stands out above everybody else. The tallest player on the floor here today, Zeke Litchfield, wearing number 14. He is listed at 6'6", and he definitely will be probably the big man in the middle to do the blocks. Behind him, you've got Grayson Mullins listed at 6'3", Graham Simmons at 6'2", a couple of 6'1" guys and some 6-footers. But we saw a couple of youngsters on that junior varsity team that are freshmen that just look like really good prospects that will probably make their way into the varsity lineup next year.
Well, what do they have there? It looks like about 2 seniors on that varsity roster. And so they're going to have to really improve to find a way to squeeze into that lineup, because they got a lot of returning sophomores and juniors.
With that, I think we're going to squeeze a couple commercials in here. Give us time to find the starting lineup. Back with more volleyball. You're listening to High School Volleyball on WCBD YouTube channel.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Save some green now at Best One in Monroe. Hi, I'm Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe. Now through April 30th, save $70 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Or save $60 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an extra $30 instantly when you use your Best One credit card. Subject to credit approval, see Best One for details. Restrictions apply. See participating store or bestoneofmonroe.com for complete details. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance, with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
Welcome back to Heritage High School. Rex Brewer along with Kent Arnold, soon to be joined by the young man who will be doing some photos and writing the article here tonight, Dane Filling. And Kent, as always, we are kind of the leader in emerging young sports here, and we've stood behind the girls' sport, and I feel that WZBD would be able to step up and support boys volleyball, because I can see this being a very exciting sport, and I think as soon as it becomes mainstream, the fan base will follow right along.
it has been demonstrated that people will listen to a volleyball match on the radio because you've done it for years for the girls teams around here, and you start producing a good boys product, I think they'll tune in and listen to it on the radio just as much.
And it's like anything else, we are only on the air because somebody is willing to step up and pay the advertising dollars to young man just took one right off the back of the head. But I've seen quite the difference here in ability from the varsity to the junior varsity. A lot more ups, a lot more guys really pounding the ball pretty hard. A little bit better sets as well. Yeah.
Watching the Leo team out there, they've got they're on the floor right now, both sides. They've got some setters that have a decent touch. They can back set. They're jump setting, controlling the ball, putting it where the hitters want it for the most part. And it's just a matter of those boys getting up in the air and putting her down. As we
wind down here with about 11 minutes left to go, I think I might squeak a few more commercials in as I see the PA announcer has the lineups ready to go so we can get our starting lineups here. But back with a couple commercials right after this on WZBD YouTube channel.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur.
Brandon here for Kelly's Decatur Auto Mall. 3 dealerships right here in Decatur. Tom Kelly Chevrolet, Tom Kelly Ford, and Tom Kelly Chrysler Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. With a large new car inventory to meet your needs and wants. We also stock over 100 pre-owned vehicles in a variety of price ranges. All the big city incentives right here in Decatur. We have been here for over 70 years. Free car washes for as long as you own your Tom Kelly vehicle. We also just updated our car wash here in Decatur. Stop in and see us soon. And drive Kelly and drive with confidence.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do. And then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's SureFlow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at SureFlow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call SureFlow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. SureFlow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to Liechty Brothers, your Carrier expert, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Hi, this is Kent at Liechty Brothers Plumbing and Heating with a very simple philosophy. Show up on time, do what you say you'll do, and if there's a problem, fix it.
Liechty Brothers, 251 East Water Street in Bern.
Every child has the right to the financial support from both parents, regardless of whether the parents are married, live together, or live separately. Please call the Adams County Prosecutor's Office if you need help with establishing paternity, obtaining a child support order, or enforcing of a child support order. In some cases, failure to pay child support can result in criminal charges. The Adams County Prosecutor's Office will diligently and aggressively pursue the collection of support from those who try to avoid this responsibility. There is no cost to get the help of the Prosecutor's Office. If you need help, give the office a call today at 724-5362 or visit adamscountyprosecutor.com.
Welcome back to WZBD YouTube channel. Coverage of the first ever WZBD boys volleyball match. And Kent, see that they're getting some starting lineups down there for us. But as we look at this overall lineup, the coach for the Heritage Boys volleyball team is Coach T, Abby Tagulias, and varsity assistant coach Nicole Walter. Also junior varsity coach Averill Litchfield and Lance Kimmel. Head coach for the Leo Lions is listed here as Ashley Robbins, and junior varsity coach is Jackson Hayden. Assistant coach is Brittany Wright. As we look down this starting lineup, as we mentioned, some of these football players from the Heritage football team. Got some seniors on here. The senior captains are Kobe Meyer and Jackson Hotting. as we're looking to get our starting lineups here, as we do have those now. As Leo is just about completed their warm-ups. They're down to about 30 seconds left on their half. And then the boys from Heritage will take over. Probably one of the best football athletes that has been on this Heritage team, Kobe Meyer. He's listed as a 5'10" outside hitter, is a senior. And their setter is Eli Tagulis, and he is a junior. And they do have liberos in this game, and we saw some pretty good defensive work by libero from Leo in that last match. Very impressed, and he is playing here in the varsity tonight, as I did not catch his number, but some really good athletes on the floor here tonight, Kent.
Yeah, one of the things that's hard to do when you're first learning about the game is to get the players to be willing to sprawl on the floor and to do it safely. It's one thing to dive for the ball, but then you start screeching and you're leaving skin behind. You got to keep your chin up, keep your eyes up so you can see what's going on. It's actually possible to play with your arms, play the ball, and still catch yourself with your hands and kind of absorb the blow. And the first game in that JV match, we didn't see too much scrambling on the floor. They were going after the ball, but nobody was getting down and dirty. That second game, though, when the competition got pretty tight, they started going after the ball, and there were several fellows on both sides of the net that were sprawling on the floor.
As Heritage gets their warm-ups in here, lots of big swings here, some pretty athletic kids on this team as we get our starting lineups in here, as we'll get these finished up. Once again, thanks for tuning in to the WZBD YouTube channel. And as we'll see, Kent, last time I did a YouTube broadcast, there was about 60 or 65 people watching, and in the next 2 days, another 35 people tuned in to re-listen to it. So I made sure that the coaching staff here from Heritage and all of these young men knew that when you get home tonight, go to the WZBD YouTube channel and see if you and I had good things to say about them.
Had an opportunity to talk to both coaches, even some of their assistant coaches here before the JV match started, and they were all excited about the fact we were going to give them some exposure. They know that their kids are excited. Now they want to get their fan base involved.
Like anything else, when things get rolling here, we've seen the support for girls wrestling really grow across the state of Indiana, and I think it's one of those things we've been anticipating, and we keep putting pressure on the IHSAA commissioners to get girls wrestling approved. And you know, the numbers that we're seeing in girls wrestling, you know, 5 years ago there was about 400, and they slowly kind of doubled each year. And last year, Coach Gary Meyer said that there was 1,650 girls registered for wrestling in the state of Indiana. And what the IHSAA commissioner said, and I believe it's probably the same in basketball, volleyball, he doesn't want 1,600 girls. He wants 150 schools that have 10 girls each. I mean, having 1,600 in 10 schools doesn't do you any good. You need them spread across, and that's the thing that you need to do. And I would like to see how widespread the boys volleyball is, and I think it's, you know, with anything else, you and I need to learn a little bit too, so we start to get into it.
I did check into that a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
I set you right up for that, Coach.
Right now, if you check about high school boys volleyball, most of the teams are out in the northeast region of the United States along the coast. There are currently, or at least a few years back, there were 24 states with about 2,400 schools that offered boys high school volleyball. Since then, I'm sure it's moved from the coasts inwards. You're going to have volleyball out on the west coast, of course, and they also have it on the east coast. As it starts moving into the heartland, it's going to be like anything else. It just takes time for the energy and the enthusiasm to catch on, and then maybe one of the biggest things is persuading the administrators to provide the money. The gym floor is going to be available in the spring, but you still are going to have to pay for officials. You got another set of uniforms. You're going to be using utilities. I mean, it's all good for the kids as long as the athletic director and everybody else can find the dollars to fund it.
Yeah, I think they probably have it a little bit easier for gym space because girls wrestling is basically competing with boys wrestling because it's at the same time. It's literally 3 weeks ahead in the schedule, but you're sharing the same officials during the same season, mat space. Now, what we did find sometimes, if a school was having a tournament on a Saturday, they'd set their mats up on Thursday night and they'd have a girls tournament on Friday night. And so you're already set up for Saturday. You're using them. I can see where, and then a lot of schools are having tournaments. You run dual tournaments, so you're having an invitational, and you have a girls tournament and a boys tournament. Maybe run a girls tournament in the auxiliary gym. But I could see that it may be easier to get boys volleyball their own positions based on their not having to compete with another indoor gym sport at the time.
Interestingly, the first time around for Indiana High School boys volleyball back in the 70s and 80s, they played in the fall. But at that time, there also wasn't soccer. And the girls were just, at that point, they were transitioning out of GAA into competitive volleyball. So there was girls volleyball at that time. But they made it work, and they were able to, if the girls are away, the boys played at home and vice versa, so the court was available. But I'm sure they were competing for those same officials as well.
I think what you're probably going to see here is the boys basketball players that decide not to play travel ball are the guys you're going to most easily, that's the low-hanging fruit. I mean, where else are you going to find a 6'5" guy unless he's a guy that's a basketball player that doesn't play travel basketball or AAU basketball?
And it fits in with his skill sets because you got the eye-hand coordination, you got the jumping, you got the quick foot movement. And so a lot of these kids are going to have that fast twitch muscle fiber that gets them from one spot to the other fairly quickly. A great sport for them.
And I think some of the things that you and I saw during the junior varsity contest was positioning, where people didn't know what position to be in. And that's something that, the girls that have played club volleyball since they were 8 years old, they get used to positioning. They get used to rotation. They get used to, like, receive. Your setter is on this corner of the floor. Your serve receive has to go to that corner to make that pass. If you don't make that first good pass, you don't get the bump set that you need. So it's technique. It's just learning and positioning, and I think it's something that I think we're going to see a little bit difference between the junior varsity level and the varsity level when they start here tonight.
One of the things that they're learning is I've got my area of the court I've got to be responsible for, so they're watching to make sure they don't run into each other. You're going to have some kids that are more aggressive than others that are going after the ball. It's going to be that way in any sport. They'll figure it out.
As we get ready for the starting lineups, we do have those starting lineups. Let's see if they're going to play a national anthem, but I will let you know that the Leo starting lineup, the setter will be number 2, Ethan Smith. Outside hitter number 6, Lucas Stetzel. Outside and middle hitter number 7, Tegan Patterson. Number 10 outside player is Riley Murphy. Number 25, Lucas French is an outside hitter, and another middle hitter is Elijah Jacobs. Once again, they're coached by Ashley Robbins. The varsity lineup starting for Heritage. Let's take commercials and back with more right after this on WZBD YouTube channel.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys, or visit our website at devoslaw.com for more information.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
Hey athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Indiana Physical Therapy. Our expert team of sports performance specialists and personalized training programs will have you running circles around the competition. Injured or hurt on the field? Come see us. Our team of physical therapists are dedicated to helping you get back up to speed. With over 19 locations across Indiana, we can get you better, faster. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, people gonna get better.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. If you've gone the distance, welcome to 9 Mile.
Welcome back to WZBD YouTube channel coverage of the Heritage Boys Volleyball match. As I was making my way to the starting lineups for these Heritage Patriots. Once again, setter is Eli Tagulis. He's a 6-foot junior. Number 9, 6'1", Gray Gerber is an outside hitter. Number 11, Graham Simmons is 6'2", outside hitter. He is just a 10th grader. Number 12, Braden Walter, he's a 6'1", junior, outside hitter. Number 14, Zeke Litzfield is a 6'6", middle hitter. He's a junior. And number 15, Grayson Mullen is a 6'3", middle hitting junior. So Kent, some of these big guys are just underclassmen for this Heritage team, and they are big and they are very athletic.
Yeah, we're going to see how aggressive they are up at the net. Even if they just get those fingers spread apart, get those hands up there and extend, they're going to block a lot of area.
So we're just about ready to go here. The whistle's blown. We have the starting lineups made. And once again, if you are listening here on WZBD YouTube channel and you are a Heritage Patriot volleyball fan and you want to hear more of this, reach out to Dane Filling and he will make sure that your attention gets spread to this. And tell you what, Kent, I love watching good volleyball, and if they need somebody to step up and cover these matches, we're willing to do that. We just need a little help on the inside.
Hey, we got a couple of officials tonight. They've already warmed up in the JV match. We're going to have Jake Linder, 9 years of volleyball officiating experience, up on the stand, and Kathy Turner will be down on the floor, and she's been at it for 25 years.
We've seen her at a lot of the big girls matches along the way, and you know, Kent, if you're a volleyball official, you don't do any other sport, you know, what else are you going to do in the spring anyways?
Yeah, you can be busy with that just about year-round anymore. By the time you do the girls in the fall, you do the boys in the spring, and club ball everywhere in between, that could be a full-time job.
I actually know wrestling referees that will do a girls junior high volleyball match right after school and then go and do a wrestling match at night.
They love officiating, apparently.
No, they love the money.
Yeah.
And if you're a young kid out there and you're looking for a way to turn a little extra cash, I'll tell you what, stepping up, being an IHSAA official is a good way to do it. It's steady, it's solid. You know it's going to be there all the time.
And a lot of those officials aren't getting any younger either. They're going to be retiring over the next decade or so and going to need people to fill it in. Here we go.
Number 2, Ethan Smith, the setter, will be the first serve, bump set outside. Tagulis looks over his head, the overpass makes his way. Heritage drops their first one. Leo on top, 1-0. Little overpass on the backside. It'll take us a couple of rotations to get these young men's names down. Once again, Smith still with the serve. He's a junior. Nice serve back row. Defensive specialist takes that set. Outside hit. Number 14, big kill there by Zeke Litchfield. And you know they're going to get the big guy eventually, Kent.
Yep. And that was a good 3 feet off of the net, and he still got it over the block and down into the court.
To serve first for Heritage will be the 6'2", number 11, Graham Simmons. Nice big top spin ball. Leo brings that back in, and that's going to go out the end line. We're going to have to give him an ace on that one, Kent.
Yep.
2-1's the score. Simmons with a nice big jump serve. His sister was a very good volleyball player here at Heritage. Puts a lot of top spin, and that is a service error first of the set for either side. We're tied at 2.
Got a substitution here for Heritage.
Jacob Reese comes in.
Heritage using a 5-1 offense. One setter, the other 5 are hitters.
Lucas French, number 25, with the first serve of his, goes into the net. Heritage on top, 3-2 on the side out.
While Leo is using a 6-2 offense, 2 setters, and the setter will always come up from the back row.
Now in to serve for Heritage, Corbin Roth. His serve goes out back row, taken there by Libero, run down by the setter. Jump at the net, blocked at the net by Litchfield, and Litchfield's going to get a block kill right there. Take the score to 4-2, Heritage on top. And Kent, don't tell me there's not a place for everyone on his team. Chase Book, he's a 5'2" defensive specialist freshman. He's the littlest guy on the floor, and he's there behind every big serve. There's another ace for Heritage, and they go up 5-2 in the score here.
They put him on the floor because he's willing to go after the ball, not because of his height, that's for sure.
Well, like me, Kent, he's closer to the floor.
Yeah, won't take as much to get down low.
Still serving number 8, Roth. Taken on the back row there by Leo. Short set in the middle. Missed time the jump. Nice bump there by outside. And there's the kill by number 12. Braden Walter slams through the block. Give the kill to Walter. 6-2, Heritage on top.
We've seen some nice passing already. They're putting it right up there to the setter, up by the net. Makes it a lot easier to run that offense.
And I would imagine Tagulis, the setter. His mother is the coach here. There's a nice back set dig. Blocked at the net. Twin block kill. Zeke Litchfield with the block kill along with Tagulis. They are on top 7-2. The athleticism of these taller kids really showing here, Kent. That ball is long. Service error for Heritage and a side out. Goes to Leo. That'll make the score 3 serving 7. Stepping back is Libero. Number 1, Trent Glass. His serve goes back row. Taken there by Heritage. Run down by Tagulis. Nice back set. Put over the net there by Walter. Leo has it up. Blocked at the net. Nice attack there by Riley Murphy. The 10th grader sends it out the end line. Side out to Heritage. 8 serving 3. That puts Zeke Litchfield, the server here.
Well, he's at least going to serve. We'll see if he stays in the back.
Man, nice jump serve. Low and hard, a lot of top spin. Nice set there on Leo's side. Bumped over the top. Taken there by Walters. Outside set back to Walters. He sets it over the net. Leo resets out here. Back set. Had to readjust. Nice dump there by Tagulis. Tagulis says, hey, that's a little dump I told you that the JV needed to work on, Kent, and apparently the varsity knows how to do it.
Yep. He realized he wasn't be able to get 2 hands on that for a decent set, so he used his right hand and put it on the floor.
Litchfield with the serve. Sent it back row. Taken there by Leo. Run down by the setter. Dug out on the back row by Heritage. Nice set by Tagulis. Off the tip of the block. Once again, another kill for Braden Walter. 10-3 is our score. And the coach from Leo has to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. Back with more volleyball here on WZBD YouTube channel.
Conventional wisdom says that you get what you pay for, and conventional wisdom is right. You won't find Crystalix in the bargain aisle, but it will always get optimal performance out of your cattle, whether you get it in a steel or plastic barrel, or their sustainable single-trip bio barrel. Crystalix is more than just a supplement, it's an investment. With Crystalix, performance is served. Contact Lehman Feed Mill on 000 in Bern to learn more about Crystalix.
Welcome back to WZBD's YouTube channel coverage of Heritage Volleyball here. As tonight, Heritage hosting Leo on reunion night as they brought back Kent, I think there was probably 12 or 13 guys that were volleyball players that did make it back to tonight's recognition night here.
Yep, I'm not sure what year, but I think they had a state title team in there.
So here's Litchfield once again with his jump serve. Oh, into the net. First service there for Litchfield.
And he does come out of the back row after his service goes through.
4 serving 10 is the score. And to serve at number 9, Riley Murphy for Leo. His serve goes back row. Taken there, bumped up by Tagulis. Nice fake. And Walter with a nice spike as number 15, that is Mullins, goes up with the fake. A little misdirection, and the score is now 11, serving 4. Now back to the back row. The setter, 6-foot Eli Tagulis. His serve goes back row, taken there by the libero. Setter runs it down long way. Nice set over the top. There's a kill attempt and scores by Aiden Furnish for Leo back on a side out. It'll be 5 serving 11.
Little off-speed shot there, more than a dink, but less than a solid swing. Found a hole in the floor.
Now in the lineup for Leo, Caden Grimm. And serving number 6 is Lucas Stitzel. There's a set taken there by the defensive specialist. Tagulis is going to have to free ball it over. Onto the Leo side. Set to the middle for the back row attack, and he put a hammer on that. Number 6 with a kill, Stetzel. 6-11. Heritage still with the lead.
That's something you don't typically expect to see in a first-year program.
Yeah.
He went up with confidence.
Back row attack from the 10th grader. Nice dig by the defensive specialist from Heritage. Blocked at the net, bumped up by Book. Back set into the net. Walters hits it on the attack error. 7 serving 11. Stetzel once again with the serve still. Heritage was up 10-3 at one point in time. Nice dig, nice dug out there by Book on the back row. They're going to free ball it over. On the Leo side. Outside set. 14 with a swing. Blocked at the net. Caden Grimm put the big block on, give the block kill to Heritage. Side out, 12-7's the score.
Good two-man block. Nice and tight over there. Both of them had some penetration on the top of the net.
Mullins and Simmons with the block. Now it serves number 11, Simmons, or 12, that is Walter. On the Leo side, left it hang at the net. That's number 9 with the jump, Gray Gerber. Back set. Nice swing, didn't make it over the net. Give the side out to Leo. It'll be 8 serving 12. This is the first time we've seen Gray Gerber get a swing in. He's outside hitter, just a 10th grader. Simpson, number 13 for Leo with the serve. Short serve. Taken there, got over the net by Simmons. Block at the net, jump ball. Nice up. Lift, they're going to let that in play.
Yeah.
Back set, back row attack, and that's a nice kill. That's the second one of those that Stetzel has taken, and he is a force from that back row, and he is probably the smallest player on the floor right now for Leo. But give the side out to Leo. We're at 9 serving 12.
It is clear that he is their go-to offensive weapon right there. They're going to be setting him in the back row that often.
Here's 13, Simpson with the serve, taken there by Book. Tagulis brings the ball back, and that is taken down. Nice kill there by Simmons. Side out back to Heritage, 13 serving 9.
Nice job there. He got a lot of top spin on that. Brought it down into that deep cross court.
Mullins comes off the floor. Litchfield back into the front row. Back to serve will be the DS, number 1, Chase Book. Book ready to start his serve here. His jump serve, nice serve, top spin. Chase it down, give Book the ace.
That's one of the most effective serves we've seen so far.
14 serving 9.
Most of them have just a little bit of top spin, which isn't going to cause any problems. They either need to get more spin or take it completely off and make it float.
Book with another serve, taken there in the back row. Short set, blocked at the net. They're going to call a net violation on Leo. Give the point to Heritage, 15-9. These guys are flying around at the net here now, Kent.
I think they're playing like they know what they want to accomplish out there.
Book slides over, trickles one over the net. Oh, Leo's able to save this. Free ball it over. Back to Tagulis. Little bump set. Leo gathers themselves up. Back to the back row. Tagulis with a back set. Book has to bump this one over. Back row attack. Blacked at the net. Push it over the net. Book with the set. Tagulis with the set to Litchfield. Back to the back net. Nice dive there by Book. Outside to Gray. Gray pushes it back row. This is going to go in the stands. They run it down. Leo's going to be able to get the ball back into play. Set. Short set. Oh, and there's a nice kill by Litchfield. Short set right off the top of the tape by Tagulis. Give the kill to Litchfield, 16-9.
Leo did have a blocker on that one, but didn't get enough penetration, and the ball went straight down and off of that block.
That was a very good rally. Both sides, some really good plays. Book still with the serve here. Nice serve by Book. Dug out well on the back row. Another back row attack by number 6. That is Stetzel. Outside set to Gray. Gray goes off the top and pushes one top. Attack error on Gray. Side out to Leo. Give the point. It is now 10, serving 16.
Leo point.
And Gray's didn't have his timing right. He's tried to push the ball several times. He instead take a big swing and snap it. Now in serve number 2, Ethan Smith for Leo. Pushes one back row. Taken there by Walters. Tagulis runs it down. That one is a nice kill by Graham Simmons. Give a side out to Heritage, 17-10.
Setter doing a nice job of dishing it around the front row. Good weak side attack there. They've hit out of the middle. They've hit the quick set.
Tagulis has done a good job going down to the floor, getting low to get the right angle. Service error by Simmons. Give the point to Leo. We are at 11, serving 17. Simmons comes off the floor. Number 25 for Leo comes in. That is Lucas French. He's a senior, outside hitter. 3 seniors on this Leo team. 4 seniors. There's a serve taken there by Book off to the side. Set by Gray. Tagulis going to have to free ball it over. Setter runs it down. On that back row. There's an attack by Gray. Misses just outside. Point to Leo, 12 serving 17.
Gerber will fine-tune that approach and he'll start getting it into the court.
Serve still in the hands of French. Taken there, nice dig in the back row by Reese. Litchfield misses his jump. Point to Leo. We're at 13-17. Leo just kind of hanging in there.
That spike was about 7 feet high on an 8-foot net.
Nice serve to the back row. Overpass. That's going to be dumped down there. Number 9, that is Riley Murphy.
He followed through a little bit too much with his hands and caught the top of the net there. Net violation on that one.
Side out to Heritage. We were at 18-13.
He didn't think he got caught, but he didn't argue either.
Corbin Roth, number 8 for Heritage, back with the serve. Pushes one back row. Nice dig there by Libero. Short set by 7, but there is Litchfield right there with the block kill. Put the roof on him, Kent.
He is a force to contend with up here on the front row. I think I'd try and set it away from him as much as possible. He's going to be in the middle.
Another serve taken there by Libero. Setter had a long way to go. Back set. They're going to push to the net. Once again, Litchfield's there to make sure that it doesn't come over the net. 20-13 is our score.
We'll give him another block kill on that one.
I think he was on its way down. He just helped push it to the floor.
Yeah, so we could get that statistic.
Nice serves here, really making the Libero go down to the floor. And that one is airballed out the end line. Attack error by Murphy. Point to Heritage makes it 21-13. Roth rolling off a string of them here. Nice serve, run down by the setter. Stetzel with the tack. Tagulis with a nice short set to Litchfield. He didn't get all of it, but he pushes it back over to the corner, takes the score 22-13. Timeout for Leo. Timeout for us. Back with more volleyball here on WZBD YouTube channel.
Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. On the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
Welcome back to WZBD YouTube channel's coverage of the Heritage Boys Volleyball match here on reunion night. It's a lot of former players into the gym. Pretty good crowd here tonight, Kent. We talked about that. Probably half full on both sides.
A lot of good enthusiasm, though. They're enjoying their volleyball.
Heritage has a 22-13 lead on Leo. Nice dig from the back row. Setter runs it down outside to Stetzel. Taken there by Walters, run down by Tagulis. Back to Walters, over the top. Took a little change up on that one, kind of hit a curveball. Back to the back row. Tagulis outside set. Walters bumps it over. Pushes up to the net. Walters is going to hammer that one. They're going to call a net violation on Walters. He did get some hand on, a lot of shaking on the net. Side out to Leo, 14-22. His eyes got pretty big, didn't they, Kent?
Yeah, he was just a little bit too close for that much follow through.
Trent Glass, number 1, the DS libero. Serves, nice serve, taking back row. Tagulis runs it down. Walters pushes it over the top. Nice dig there by Leo. They're going to have to free ball it over. Book, set. Tagulis runs it down. Outside to Walters. Through the block, Walters with the kill. 23-14, Walters with the kill.
Again, Leo had a two-man block there. They're just not big enough or jumping enough to get good penetration over the top of the net to get it back in.
Number 9,
Heritage's court.
Number 9, Riley to Murphy. A good attempt there on that Leo side. Serve, Leo had to chase that one down, taken on the back row by Heritage. There's a nice short set. Number 15, which is Mullins with a kill, takes us to set point on a 24-14 score.
That was his first opportunity this evening, took advantage of it.
Litchfield to the back row here to serve. High toss, service error into the net. We will stay at set point at 24-15, I'm sorry.
Tallest player comes out, shortest player goes in.
Back to serve. Furnish, number 9. Murphy serves. Miss hit. Tagulis has to run it down. Walters with a swing. That is out the end line on the attack error. 16-24. Heritage still at set point. Once again, Murphy with the serve. Pushes it back row, taken there by Heritage. Tagulis with a short set. Missed time to jump to Simmons. Walters tries to bump that out. 4 hits. Number 15, Mullins at the net there. Missed that one.
Yep, not sure. Miscommunication. Didn't get that shoot set.
17 serving 24. Bump set from Heritage. Outside set to Walters. Miss hits it into the net again. 18-24 as the attack errors by Heritage have let Leo into this match. They still trail by 6. Floater taken there by the back row. Short set. Walters just bumps it over. They push it back row. Book's there. Book miss hits it. We're at 19-24.
He was backpedaling, trying to get underneath it, and couldn't quite get solid contact.
There's a serve by Murphy. Floats one. Taken there by Walters. Tagulis runs it down back to Walters. And he goes out the end line. Walters needs to get her dialed in. And that's going to be a timeout for the Heritage side. And Kent, let's keep it right here and talk about some of these things that have happened here to Heritage. And it's not Leo just playing that well, just giving the Heritage the opportunity to make the mistakes. and let them climb back in here at 24-24.
The Heritage setter has been dishing it out pretty well. It's just the last few swings, it's either been a foot over the net and on the line drive sailing out, or about a foot below the top of the net that didn't get over. And putting a good hit on the ball, but not getting her down into the court like they need.
So Heritage uses their last time out here to get things settled down. Hopefully they can shut things down here as Leo serves 20, serving 14. Bump set from Book outside to Walters. Give him another shot. Miss hits that one. Leo setter runs that one down. Stetzel with the kill attempt, blocked there by Mullins, and that ends it as Mullins puts the exclamation point on it as Heritage wins set number 1, 25-20. Let's take a round of commercials here, and we'll be back with some statistics after this set number 1 here on WZBD YouTube channel.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA.
The James D. and Sarah L. Briggs Medical Office Building in Geneva is now open. Dr. Amber Lotzenheiser, Dr. Lisa Ferrando, and nurse practitioner Mona Lisa Rogers welcome you to one of the latest additions to the Adams Health family. Services include primary care, obstetrics, labs, radiology, and physical, occupational, and speech rehabilitation. Call 260-368-7370 or visit adamshospital.org to learn more about another great health service close to home.
Clean water is everybody's business. The City of Decatur thanks you for all you do to keep our streams and rivers clean, but we can do more. Plant bare spots in the yard. Compost yard waste. Limit use of pesticides. And direct downspouts away from sidewalks, driveways, or any paved surfaces. And think about installing a rain barrel for watering plants around the house. Protecting water quality requires all of us to do our part to prevent stormwater pollution. Get more ideas on the web at decaturin.org.
Dave Nathan from the Z-Team here for the All-American gas stations in Monroe, Hoagland, Monroeville, Bluffton, Ossian, and throughout Zeeland. When was the last time you went to get gas and found the food there worth eating? Well, if you stopped by one of our All-American stores recently, we know that you've enjoyed our custom handmade subs or a hot cup of our own blend of coffee. The next time you need gas or a quick snack, stop in for a cold fountain pop, an energy drink, or a hot meal. From Monster Energy drinks to Snickers bars, from smoothies to a hot meal on the go, it's all at your local All-American store. It's the All-American Stores. Hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team.
Looking to update your kitchen or bath with new countertops or a complete retrofit? Haubiger's Ace Lumber in Bern brings you custom CAD kitchen design, along with personalized service with 3D rendering that will help you create and complete the project of your dreams. Haubiger's offers several lines of quality cabinets plus custom countertops, including the durability and beauty of quartz. Call us today at 800-772-5223 and let us help you with your next project from concept to completion.
Welcome back to WZBD's YouTube coverage of the Heritage volleyball match. In that first set, there were 3 aces for Heritage, 4 service errors, no aces, just 1 service error for Leo. Leo led the whole way. They take that set 1, 25-20.
For Leo, I've got 3 kills and 18 attempts. That's a 17% scoring rate there, while Heritage was 10 of 22, 45%. That was one of the big differences, but perhaps the biggest difference, Heritage had 4, 5, 6 kill blocks, and Leo did not have any significant difference there.
Set number 2 starts off with Graham Simmons from Heritage serving, and his first serve is out the end line for a service error. Scored 1-0 on a side out to Leo. Number 2, Ethan Smith, the setter, back with the serve. Taken back row by Book. Book's makes handle of it, give him an ace. And Kent, our buddy Dane, was sitting here next to me, and he rattled off about 4 of these Heritage boys that are running track as well at the same time. So doing double duty, trying to get this program up and running.
Good for them.
There's a service error, hand the ball back. That is 2-2, we're tied now on a service error. Gerber is out. Back in is Walters. It's Walters, Litchfield, and Tagulis across the front. Taken there by Leo. Outside set by the setter. Bump set by number 25. Book sets it back to Tagulis. Outside set to Walter. Walter's going to push that over. Walter off the post, but they let him play. Nice kill there as Stetzel takes a big swing. And I tell you what, he has some ups. Kent, not the biggest guy on Leo's side, but he's got the big swing.
You know what? When he attacks from the back row, he's got to take off from behind that 3-meter line, but he's been making contact at about 2 meters in.
Nice serve there by 25, run down by Heritage. And it's going to be an ace. Give the ace to number 25, Lucas French, as he dialed that one in, put some smoke on it. 4-2's our score.
You get a strong server back there on the service line, you can rattle off some points in a hurry.
Taken there by Book on the overpass, back to Leo's side, short set, outside set. Stetzel pushes it back row. Dug out by Heritage in the overpass, and that one's going to go long on the attack error. Side out to Heritage, 3 serving 4. Litchfield back to the back row, into the front row for Heritage is Mullins. 2 serving 4 is our score. Leo's going to run that one down, give the point to Heritage. We're at 3-4. Give the ace to Litchfield.
Litchfield keeps working on this jump serve. He will become a force back there. He's got the height, he's got some springs, he's got the reach. He just needs to get some good top spin.
Pushes it back row, taken there off to the side. Nice job by Heritage, by Leo's setter to get there. Taken there in the back row. Mullins is going to take it, and Tagulis says, hey, get out of my way. Ball landed on the line, gives the side out to Leo. 5-3 is the score. Back to serve is Glass. Taken there by Tagulis, short set. Mullins with the kill attempt. Dug out by Leo. Pushed back row. Taken there by Roth. There's Walters with the kill. He's found his range there, Kent. 4 serving 5 on the side out.
Stuttered a little bit on the approach. His timing wasn't perfect, but adjusted well, got up, put it down into the middle of the court.
Serving for the Patriots, Eli Tagulis.
Here's a serve by Tagulis. Back row. Service ace by Tagulis. We're tied at 5.
Serving.
Tagulis' serve goes back row. Taken there by 25. Back set. Over the top. Outside the antenna. Give the point to Heritage. They go back in the lead. And the attack error 6-5. Tagulis still with the serve here. Puts one back row. Nice up. Run down by the setter. Nice attack, and that hit the antenna. Attack error by number 9, Riley Murphy. Point to Heritage at 7-5.
I think he can be an offensive weapon for him, just has to get it inside that antenna.
Nice serve by Tagulis, outside set. Stetzel blocked at the net by Mullins. They're going to call net violation as both Mullins and Simmons were there to block it. Point to Heritage, 8-5.
Leo wants to compete here. They're going to have to get the ball in and let Heritage make the mistakes.
Floats one back row, taken there by French. Stetzel with a big swing right into the block. Give the block to Mullins. Put the roof on him at 9-5.
That's the thing. The harder they hit it, the quicker it gets down on the floor when they block it.
That forces a timeout for Leo. Back with another commercial here on WZBD.
Quality dentistry for people of all ages. That's what you'll find at Decatur Dental Services. This is Dr. Taylor Trevere at Decatur Dental Services. We provide a wide range of dental treatment, including preventative, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry. Located at the corner of 224 East and Pickway Road in Decatur, we offer convenient office hours, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information about our practice,
please find us on Facebook or visit our website at DecaturDentalIN.com.
Welcome back to Heritage High School. As Heritage is putting on a run here, forced a timeout for Leo, as Graham and Simmons was hiding in the back row, and they said, you need to be in the front row here, as he scampers back to the floor. Tagulis with the serve here. He's ran off 4 points here, and he floats that one out the end line. Service error, side out to Leo, 6 serving 9.
Nice job by Leo's back line there, watching it closely and making that call to let it go out.
Murphy with the serve for Leo. His jump serve into the net. They hand the ball back to Heritage. Service error. Takes our score to 10-6. And into the front line is Gary Gerber.
Number 9, Gerber.
Back to serve for Heritage, number 11, Graham Simmons. Back row, that may have been out, but Leo plays it anyway. Back set. Stetzel takes a swing and goes out the end line, or sideline. Attack error, 11-6 Heritage.
Back to serve, Walter.
Walter back to serve for the Patriots. There's a little spin on it, goes back row, taken by the libero. Outside set. Nice swing there by number 12, Aiden Furnish, but he's blocked at the net by Mullins and Simmons. Give the block kill to Heritage, 12-6. Walter with the serve, puts a little spin on it, helps the top spin. Leo brings that one back in, short set in the middle. Kill attempt there by number 33, Eli Jacobs. Simmons tried to set the net, set the ball and set it right into the net. Side out to Leo, 7 serving 12. Into the game for Leo, number 14, Caden Grimm. Off comes Lucas French. Back to serve for Leo is Lucas Stetzel.
You know, you
short service error. Leo needs to clean up their serves here as Heritage with the side out goes 13-7 now. Litchfield back to the front row, and if Leo wanted to score some points, they need to do that before Litchfield comes back into the front row.
Not only is this front line tall, they can block.
Book with the serve. Low and hard in the back row. Grimm tries to bump it over, blocked at the net, no lift call. Book sets it back up, Tagulis runs it down. Gerber pushes it back row. Back set. Stetzel with a big swing, and it's out the back of the gym. Give the attack error point to Heritage, 14-7. I'm impressed with Stetzel kid, Kent. He can swing and he can jump for a little guy. Book airmails one out the end line. Service error.
Goes right after it, doesn't he? Too.
He is getting his money's worth. It's like a buddy of mine played basketball. I said, never leave the floor with one in the chamber. In his serve is number 13, Brady Simpson for Leo. Floats one, taken there by Simmons. Outside set, Litchfield couldn't get to it. Hits the antenna, point to Leo. 9 serving 14. Tagulis' set was too close to the net, and Litchfield just couldn't get anything on it.
Yep. He was there, was willing to try, but couldn't reach it.
Floats one to the back row. Book with a nice bump. Tagulis with a set to Litchfield. That one goes right through the net, right through the block. Give the kill to Litchfield. 15 serving 9.
Subbing in for the Lions, number...
Simmons back into serve. Simmons a jump serve, top spin on it. Taken there nicely. And that overpass is slammed home by Litchfield. You give a guy a 6'6", that kind of open shot, you know it's going down to the floor.
Yep. He was on that one from the moment it came off the receiver's arms over there.
16-9 with Litchfield's kill, and that service error into the net. Takes the score to 10-16. Kent, a lot more service errors in this set because you see these guys getting a lot more aggressive with their serves.
Yeah, and nothing that an hour's worth of practice won't remedy. Just need a lot of repetition.
Ethan Smith in with the serve. He floats one back row, taken by Book. Set too high. His set couldn't be caught by Tagulas, so kill at the net there by Leo. We are at 11, serving 16. Floats one back row, taken by Book. Better set to Tagulas. Litchfield dumps one over. They're going to call net violation. Heritage scores, side out, 17-11.
Setters on both teams probably need to get their sets just a little bit higher, give their hitters a little more opportunity to get there and adjust.
Corbin Roth to serve for Heritage. Nice serve, dug out nicely on the back row by Leo. And that set went behind the setter. Mishandled, as Smith says, yeah, my bad, bro. 18-11 Heritage. Serve goes back row. Nice one-handed dig. Give him an ace. Takes us to 19-11. Back in the lineup for Heritage, Lucas French, number 25. It's a serve, taken back row. Sutter has to go right to the net, brings it over, pushes the backside. Tagulas back to Walters. Walters bumps it over. Back set. Heritage digs that one back out with Book. Short set. Tagulas. Tagulas with the kill. Got a little bit of a tip. It went out the end line, but they said there was a touch on the Leo side. We are at 20-11 on that side out. Kobe Meyer into the lineup for the first time tonight, number 3. Meyer's one of the senior captains here. He's a 5'10" outside hitter. Ball, a lot of top spin. Nice dig there. Back set. Kill attempt there by French. They're going to run it down. See if they can bring it back in.
And they did.
Nice effort as Heritage with good hustle. Run it down. Tagulas with the kill, 21-11. You know, on that one, Kent, they just kind of run around and the guys fall asleep on their side thinking that's not coming over.
I didn't think it would. Really sharp angle the way he dug that. Free balled it over.
Miss throw by the server as he hits a service error on that one. Side out back to Leo. We're at 12, serving 21.
A little serving back there. If you toss it up to serve and decide you don't want to take a swing at it, don't catch it. You let it drop, and then they let you do it over.
Nice jump serve there by French, and that's an ace. He smoked that one.
Yep, deflected up into the bleachers. That one was not going to come back.
13 serving 21. That's Lucas French with another attempt here. He has really dialed his serve up here in this second set. And that one just off the tape, goes backwards. Would have been dangerous if it came over, but give the point to Heritage at 22-13. Mullins into the lineup as Book comes off the floor. Back to serve is Litchfield. His serve taken on the back row by the libero. Run down by the setter. Back row attack by Leo, and it goes out the sideline. 23-13 Heritage.
Heritage is showing good offensive balance. They got the serve, they got the front line.
Litchfield with the ace. That takes us a set point in game number 2 here in set number 2. 24-13.
What do you think, Rex? Is he going to go all out on this one, or is he going to just make sure he gets it in?
I'm going to dial this one up. Yeah, he smoked that one out the end line. Overzealous, but 14-24.
Yep, got some breathing room to give that a try.
Heritage still with a 10-point lead. Trent Glass, number 1, is the serve. Taken there in the back row by Roth. Outside set. Myers readjusts. Couldn't get the set in the right place. Outside set. Stetzel with the big swing right into the block of Mullins. Mullins with the block kill. Finishes off set number 2 by the final score of 25-14. Heritage takes set number 2. Let's take a round of commercials. Back with set number 3 here on WZBD YouTube channel.
Volleyball team will be signing posters in the lobby. Make sure you
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays, Mondays at Simon Manufacturing 27 South in Bern, and in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
At Innovative, we pride ourselves on selling and installing cutting-edge technology. Hi, this is Tina. We proudly offer Martin Logan products. Martin Logan sets the standard for luxury, handcrafted, electrostatic loudspeakers that deliver eye-opening, utterly truthful audio experience unlike anything else. Stop into our showroom at 1421 Manchester Street in Decatur to see and hear Martin Logan products for yourself. Innovative Concepts. Celebrating 30 years, we bring technology to you. Turn your man cave into a stadium with a Samsung 98-inch television featuring super precise LED, straight fire contrast with direct full array, neutral quantum processor, 4K resolution, quantum HDR plus technology and audio that move you with Dolby Atmos and object tracking sound light. Hi, this is Tina. Make your tax refund mean over-the-top entertainment at Innovative Concepts Audio Video. Celebrating 30 years, we bring technology to you.
Outdoor cooking is great anytime, but spring is the best time. Hitzer, 269 East Main Street in Bern has a complete line of gas, wood pellet, and big green egg charcoal grills.
Plus, Hitzer has outdoor fire pits, cast iron Dutch ovens for outdoor cooking and camping.
Even cast iron kettles from 9 quarts up to 40 gallons. Hitzer, getting ready for spring. Grilling
and cooking.
Welcome back to Heritage High School. Rex Brewer along with Coach Ken Arnold. In set number 2, Heritage wins 25-14. They had 4 aces, 4 service errors. Leo with 3 aces, 3 service errors, 1 tie, 2 lead changes. And Kent, I think both teams need to clean up those service errors.
Yeah, almost all the scoring was on the serving there because Leo only had 11 swings at the net with 1 kill, while Heritage only had 4 attacks at the net with 3 kills. So good percentage, but all of it was on either service aces or service errors.
Leo with the ball to serve here to start set number 3. Ethan Smith, the setter, with the serve. Floats one back row, taken there by Mullins, pushes it by Tagulis. Litchfield hits one cross court, bounces off the top of the net, catches line on the other side, starts off this set with a kill.
Had a good angle.
I think the net slowed it down just enough to keep it in.
Yes.
Mullins back to Simmons back to serve again. He floats one out the end line. Close, it's brought back by Stetzel. Leo bumps it over, pushes it net. Tagulis tries to dump it. Oh, little kick action. And number 9 was there. Riley Murphy was there for the block kill as Tagulis just tried to push it over net. He read that play, and we're tied at 1.
I'm not so sure number 2 didn't hit that ball 3 different times. Once on the way up, once off the net, and one more time before it hit the floor.
Well, the point went to their side, so it must be good. Here's French with the serve. Service error into the net. 2-1 Leo lead. Heritage leads. Gerber comes off the floor. Back in to serve comes number 8, Corbin Roth. There's a serve taken there by French. Outside set. Nice kill there by number 9, Riley Murphy. Tied again at 2.
Leo's still fighting for it over there. Good enthusiasm.
Glass with the serve. Puts it back row. Book with the set. Bump set by Tagulis. Pushed over by Walters. Leo readjusts. Book just gets a swing at it. Can't get anything on it. Give the kill to Murphy. They take the lead again at 3-2, does Leo. Glass of serve floats, taken there by Book. Bump set by Litchfield. Walters goes a little kind of a knuckleball, missed the hit it, but then he comes back with the kill. Walters takes that one, and now score is 3-3.
Kind of got that one off the fingertips instead of off of his palm, and so it came across as an off-speed shot and landed right in the center of the defense.
Number 14, Litchfield, back to serve. Puts it back row, taken there by Stetzel. Run down by the setter, Smith. Bumped up by Leo. Nice set to the front, short set. Tagua's set is a little bit high, and Mullins just gets a fingertip on it, goes off speed, gets a kill. They go back on top 4-3.
Looked like a dink, but I think he took a good swing at it and just got a fingertip or two on it.
That was an accidental kill, Kent.
Yep, accident. Just enough to get over the block.
Nice serve there by Litchfield, dug out by Leo, pushed to the net. Tagulis runs it down, outside set to Walters. He pushes over. Here, Leo kind of bumping into each other. Nice save there. There's a kill there by number 33, Elijah Jacobs. Tied at 4 again.
Back to serve, Riley Murphy.
Murphy in to serve, number 9. His serve goes back row. Taken there by Roth, run down by Tagulis. Walters with a big swing through the block. He went right through the biggest player on the Leo's side for the lead change, back at 5-4 now, Heritage.
That's what he's been wanting to do all evening, and finally got squared up on that one pretty good.
Tagulis, the setter, back to the back row now to serve. Floats one, taken there by Libero, close to the net. Little jump ball, and they're going to call a lift on Jacobs. Point to Heritage, 6-4.
Serving, Tagulis.
Tagulis still with the serve. We're in set number 3 here. Heritage leads 2-0. Run down there by Murphy. Swing by Stetzel, blocked at the net by Heritage. Simmons with the whack, gets it over the net. Back set to Stetzel. Stetzel swings and just out the end line, just misses. Give the point to Heritage, 7-4. That guy's going to take his swings, Kent.
Yes. Yep. You're not going to stop him either.
Tagulis' serve. Floats low. Give him an ace. Caught him off guard. 8-4.
They got a 3-man reception pattern back here, and they're just like, if you're the 3 that's going to get it, you got to go get it.
Back row taken by the libero, run down by the setter. Nice job by Tagulis, bump that one up. Simmons puts one over the back net. Jacobs gets a hand on it, slows it down, give the kill to Simmons.
Yep.
9-4. Timeout for Leo. Let's stay right here, Kent, and talk about that. I think Heritage starts to jump out here in set number 3, 9-4. But a lot of ties and a couple of lead changes here, but they cleaned up the service errors. Just one service error here for Leo in his first 9 points, but a little bit cleaner here in set 3.
Well, and once they start getting that serve in like that, then it all comes down to that first pass. And when Leo gets a nice pass up to the net, they've got an offense that they can run. If they don't get that first pass, it falls apart in a hurry.
A couple of aces here for both sides as you're seeing some good serves make bad receive and bad passes.
That front line for Heritage, they just have a formidable block up there, and so
Litchfield off the floor at this current time. Tagulis with the serve. Floats it back row, taken there by Leo. Back set. Stetzel tries to go over and tipped at the net. Walters got a piece of it. Give the kill to Stetzel. Side out to Leo, 5 serving 9.
Kind of dinked that one off the block there and got the deflection and the point for a kill.
Stetzel goes to the back row to serve. Floats one back row, taken there by Roth. Nice high set. Simmons pushes one over the net, overhang. Simmons goes up and puts that back down for the kill. On the overpass, Heritage is at 10-5.
Subbing in number 9, Gerber, back to serve.
Gerber into the lineup for Heritage. Number 12, Walter with the serve. Nice little spin. A lot of movement on ball. Oh, they're going to call him that.
Oh, they were fighting over it, the two of them. Yeah, you can give each other
says,
5.
Me?
Yeah.
You mean me?
It wasn't you, it was the other guy. They can both say that.
6 serving 10 as Elijah Jacobs comes in to serve back row for Heritage.
Serving 33, Jacobs.
Goes back row, taken by Book. They're going to have to run it down. Gerber gets it back up. Tagulis going to free ball it over. Leo tracks it down. Back row attack, blocked at the net. Book with a nice save. Book had it up there, and Simmons mistimed his jump, and Gerber couldn't get to it. Give the kill to Stetzel as he took a big swing on that one. They got it slowed down, but the point goes to Leo at 7-10.
And again, he's attacking from the back row, so
it's a high one, Book, up to Gulis. Back row to Simmons. Outside set. 21 takes a swing at it, and that goes out the end line. That was an attack error for Rapidius. Score to Heritage. We're at 11 serving 7. Book with the ball and the serve. Litchfield into the front row. His serve is low and off the hands of French in the back row. Give the ace to Book.
I believe I'd keep him around. That's a quality serve right there. That's going to be tough to return no matter how good your back row is.
And he doesn't take up much room on the bus.
I know, that's right. Probably doesn't eat all of his share of the team meal.
Just put him in a gym bag and take him along with you. Book's serve, low and hard. It's a good serve, dug out by Leo. Outside off the top of the block, dug out there by Walters. Tagulis runs it down, sets it up for Gerber. Gerber takes a swing, bumped up at the net. Litchfield outside set to Simmons. Off the top of the net. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it's a kill, 13-7. Gerber's having trouble with that right-hand swing. He's not comfortable with it. They need to put him on the other side to let him get some swings on the other side.
Yeah.
Nice serve by Book. Run down by Leo. They're going to free ball it over. Taking on back row by Walter. Litchfield just kind of dinks it over. Back set. Stetzel takes a big swing, and that's out the end line. 14-7 as Heritage is doubled up on Leo.
Book back to serve.
Book back to serve once again. Chase Book. His serve goes back row, and he got a little overzealous and puts it out the inline. Service error, side out to Leo. We're at 8 serving 14.
How tall do you think that Stetzel kid is? Is he 5'8"?
He might be 5'8" at the most, but he's probably got a 30-inch vertical. Bump set by Walters. Outside set to Litchfield. He takes a big swing off the block. The official gets the ball to take home with her.
Number 14.
15-8 the score. Back to serve is Graham Simmons. Out the end line. Service error for Heritage. Side out 2. Leo, we're at 9 serving 15. Simmons comes off the floor. We got Gerber on that right side of there. See if a little more comfortable with that right-hand swing.
Both teams have their specialty players. They like to substitute in across the back and the front rows.
French dials that one up and takes that one off. And as Reese jumps up and tries to tip it high, but the ball goes through his fingers. It's an ace, 10-15. Heritage still with the lead.
I believe that one was heading for the deep corner, so he had to try something.
French with the high toss, mishandled that one off his hand. Side out to Heritage at 16-10. Usually it's all or nothing in those, Kent. If you're going to go for broke, you got to swing, and it's a 50-50 ball most times. Into serve is Corbin Roth. Here's a serve from Roth. Dug out there in the air, overpass. Walters pushes it front row. Walters sees a little gap on the front corner, gets the kill, 17-10.
Well, Rex, and we've seen enough good volleyball on the girls' side. You just don't see this many serving errors, and it makes a big difference in the score.
Mishandled there. They're going to have to free ball it over. Leo. That one does not make it back over. Attack error. Point to Heritage at 18-10. And with that, Leo's going to have to take a timeout. And when they take a timeout, we'll take one with them. Back with more volleyball here on WZBD YouTube channel.
Hey, does anybody know what days Pizza King of Decatur has their world-famous smorgasbord? Hey, I do. Hi, it's Steve, the King from Pizza King. This has to be the biggest question we get on a weekly basis. So here's the scoop. We offer lunchtime smorgasbord Monday through Friday, 11 to 1, Sundays, 11 to 1:30, and Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings, 5 to 8:30. So swing out and see us east of downtown Decatur, or as always, give us a ring at 728-2151. And as always, the difference is in the squares.
Remember, Kent, the difference is in the squares, baby.
I've heard that.
Thanks to our friend, Mr. Christner.
We were just there the other night. It was wonderful.
18 serving 10. Heritage has the lead here and the ball. Ball goes to the front row. Short set, pushed over. Nice job. A little off speed by Rapitus. As he gets the point, takes the score to 11 serving 18. Nice timeout for Leo there as they come back with a point. In his serve number 1, Trent Glass, the DS. Taken there by the back row by Heritage. Nice set for Walters, and he goes off the top of the tape. 19-11. Book is off the floor. Back into the game across the front row is Kobe Meyer. Walter comes off the floor. Litchfield back with the serve. Litchfield pushes one back row, taken there by the libero. Back row attack by French, taken there by Heritage. Free ball over. It was a 50-50 ball in the back row, and the flag person says, I'm not sure about that one, but give the point to Leo, 12-19.
You can kind of tell when they're not real decisive, that flag is slowly raised.
Well, it was at 51% over the line or 49% under, I'm not sure. Back row taken there by Heritage. Dump set by Tagulis. Leo's going to have free ball it over. Book with the set to Tagulis. Short set to Mullins. Bumped up, lift called on Leo. We're at 20-12.
Yep, they're not going to let you flip that underhanded with your fingers up into the air.
Elijah Jacobs called for the illegal handling of the volleyball. Back to serve is number 2, Tagulis. His serve taken there by libero off the side. Bump set, they're going to push it over. Bumped up by Simmons. Kobe Meyer gets it over. Leo's going to have to push it over. Found there, blocked there by Meyer. Meyer gets over. Leo back up in position. Stetzel bumps it back row. Hit up in the air by Roth. Outside set. Meyer with a big swing off the block. There's that athleticism. He gets up and gets the kill right through the block. 21-12 Heritage.
He swung at that one like it was right where he wanted it.
You know, Meyer listed at 5'10", but very athletic. Makes a nice play. Leo runs this one down. Back row attack by French. Taken a back row by Roth. Nice dig. Back set. They fight over it. Simmons and Mullins say, who's going to take this one? And it's a score for Heritage as they're cruising here with a 10-point lead at 20-12. Tagulis still with the ball. His serve goes back row, taken there by libero. Give him an ace. We're at 23-12. In the lineup comes number 4, one of the other seniors here.
Looks like she's trying to get a few of the subs in before the game expires.
Jackson Hoding with the ball on a serve. He's my advertising man. I pulled him aside and said, look, you're going to have to be our go-to advertising guy if you want these on the air. One of the team captains here. Hoding gets the ball over. Dug out. They're going to have free ball it over. And Pack give the point and the ace to Heritage Hoding, and that takes us to match point at 24-12. Hoding gets the ball over. Leo runs it down. Oh, almost a nice save there, but give the point on a side out to Leo, 24-13.
Did his job in the service slot.
For the line, number 6, Lucas Stetson. Game point.
So here is Stetzel with the serve at match point. We're going to call out of rotation on Heritage. Point to
figure out where
Leo.
you're all supposed to be, fellows. You got another opportunity here.
Coach T said that Hoding has been concussed, so they let him in on senior night here just to get one serve in and pulled him off the floor.
Yep. That should work.
I think they were good. Stetzel with his jump serve, floats it, taken there by Book to Gulas. Simmons blocked at the net, give the block kill there to number 12, Aiden Furnish. Leo not ready to go home yet. 24-15, still at match point.
Margin's a little thin, but plays like that can get you fired up.
Floats one, taken by Book. Tagulis has to run this one down. Free ball over by Simmons. Leo runs the offense. Back row attack by Stetzel. Outside set. Blocked off the net by Simmons. Leo runs their offense. Swing into the net, and that's going to do it. Attack error, point to Heritage. Final score in set number 3, 25-15. Let's run around the commercials here as Kent and I get a chance to dial some statistics in. We'll be back with more volleyball and a wrap-up right here on WZPD YouTube channel.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Save some green now at Best One in Monroe. Hi, I'm Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe. Now through April 30th, save $70 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Or save $60 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an extra $30 instantly when you use your Best One credit card. Subject to credit approval, see Best One for details. Restrictions apply, see participating store or bestoneofmonroe.com for complete details. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
Here we are. Welcome back to Heritage High School as we have completed the first ever boys volleyball match here on WZBD. This time we're on the YouTube channel because the Cubs are on the other 92.7 FM. But in set number 3, Heritage takes the win by 10 points, 25-15. In that set, Heritage with 4 aces, 2 service errors. Leo with 1 ace, 1 service error. There were 3 lead changes and 4 ties. That set was pretty close, Kent, up until about 8-4, 8-5, and then the Heritage started to pull ahead and get the 10-point lead. But other than that, very good volleyball, and as we anticipated, from set 1 to set 3, things got to be a lot cleaner and sharper.
You could tell that the quality of play improved as we went on into the third game. Leo stepped up in their offense there in that third set. 6 kills and 16 attempts. That's 38%. That was their best effort on the evening for a set. Meanwhile, Heritage was 11 kills and 18 attempts at 61%. So very strong performance at the net there. Each team had 1 block kill for a point.
But overall, I mean, we know that probably the big kill leader, as I had my headset off trying to get a interview here, but at 6'6", Zeke Litchfield, he is an impressive force at the net for these Heritage Patriots, and not only in the block kills, but also in the basically swing kills, as he is a dominant volleyball player.
That is the one thing that Leo really didn't have an answer to. They don't have that kind of size on their side of the net. They got some good athletes. They got some volleyball players over there that can take a good swing at it and handle the ball. But when they're putting up a wall like that, it makes it a lot harder to attack successfully.
Other guys that I saw some great things out of on that Leo side of the ball, number 6, Lucas Stetzel. Just a 10th grader outside hitter, but I tell you what, he takes some big swings, athletic. He is deadly from the back row behind a 10-foot line.
And that's something that you don't normally expect to see, a lot of attacks from the back row. But he was taking off behind that 3-meter line and making contact up near the net. And so he's got the springs and the drive to go after that ball, and then he doesn't hold back when he takes a swing at it either. So he had a little trouble getting some of them in from the back row, but that didn't stop him from trying, and they kept feeding it to him. He was definitely their best offensive option.
You know, Trent Glass, their libero on the back row, had a really good game. Ethan Smith had some good serves. I was also impressed with the jump serve of Lucas French. You know, in set number 1, it wasn't really there, but in set 2 and 3, he really started to dial up, and he had quite a few aces there in set number 3, just for the fact that he's willing to take that chance and go for that aggressive jump serve.
Well, it's like with the basketball players who come into the gym and they shoot their 100 free throws every day. As a server, you're going to have to find the time either before practice or after practice and somebody to chase it for you, where you can just practice and find that rhythm, find that toss right where you want it, so you can either get the floater serve or the big topspin serve. Preferably not something in between that won't be quite as effective, but they just need lots of repetition. And once they figure out that that's where the scoring is going to be, you'll find some of these guys that'll start putting in the time.
I think leading the aces for this Heritage team, probably the shortest player on the floor, Chase Book, the DS or their libero, had some great serves as a lot of top spin. The ball just barely cleared the net. Really had a lot of dive in the back end. Really made some bad passes for the Leo side. And also the tallest player on the floor, Litchfield, when he was ready to pull the cork on that big jump serve, really put a lot of hard top spin on the ball. And, with a guy that size, that much whip on his arm, really put the ball into play. Made it really tough to serve receive on the Leo side.
Hey, if you're going to come in at 5'2", you're going to be playing in the back row, and so you bring a specific skill set with you, and he's got some skills. That Book's serve was it was sharp, it was low, so it was coming in low, which really makes it harder for the serve receivers back there to have much time to adjust. And there were even times when he floated some, but he also had topspin on others, so he was able to mix it up just like a good pitcher does.
We don't want to short our players here to get their interviews in, but Heritage did this a couple of times. I've been here for other events where they have their players on, like senior night, sit out at a big table. They have these really nice posters made up here. We have one that we're going to get up onto the WZBD website and for this picture for advertise this game here tonight. But they're out signing autographs, so basically you get a free poster and then the players sign it, and it's a good way to bring younger players out here and get them involved in the game. So I'm going to play a round of commercials and see if we can get some of those guys out here. So we'll be back with more volleyball post game right after this on WZBD YouTube channel.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur.
Brandon here for Kelly's Decatur Auto Mall. 3 dealerships right here in Decatur. Tom Kelly Chevrolet, Tom Kelly Ford, and Tom Kelly Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. With a large new car inventory to meet your needs and wants. We also stock over 100 pre-owned vehicles in a variety of price ranges. All the big city incentives right here in Decatur. We have been here for over 70 years. Free car washes for as long as you own your Tom Kelly vehicle. We also just updated our car wash here in Decatur. Stop in and see us soon. And drive Kelly and drive with confidence.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do. And then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's SureFlow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at SureFlow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call SureFlow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. SureFlow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to Liechty Brothers, your Carrier expert, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Hi, this is Kent at Liechty Brothers Plumbing and Heating with a very simple philosophy. Show up on time, do what you say you'll do, and if there's a problem, fix it.
Liechty Brothers, 251 East Water Street in Bern.
Every child has the right to the financial support from both parents, regardless of whether the parents are married, live together, or live separately. Please call the Adams County Prosecutor's Office if you need help with establishing paternity, obtaining a child support order, or enforcing of a child support order. In some cases, failure to pay child support can result in criminal charges. The Adams County Prosecutor's Office will diligently and aggressively pursue the collection of support from those who try to avoid this responsibility. There is no cost to get the help of the Prosecutor's Office. If you need help, give the office a call today at 724-5362 or visit adamscountyprosecutor.com.
Welcome back to Heritage High School. As we didn't officially do a wrap-up, we'll just do our wrap now so they can pull this off of our YouTube channel and put it on the WZBD website with Dane's article tomorrow. On Wednesday night, it was the first ever boys volleyball match on WZBD. This time it was on the YouTube radio channel. Rex Brewer and Kent Arnold were there for the festivities, and they had alumni night and brought back players from the past to be here and were honored before the game. In the junior varsity contest, it came out a 1-1 tie with Heritage taking set number 1, 25-22, and Leo coming back and taking set number 2, 13-24. In the varsity contest, Heritage jumps out to lead and takes set number 1 by the score of 25-20. In set number 2, they come out and take the score by 25-14, and they win set number 3, going away at 25-15. Lots of good play here, and as Coach and I noticed as the night went on, both these teams sharpened up. We did see a high number of service errors, and I know that these coaching staffs will work on us, and like you said, it's just practice, and work on some of those sets, but I think we saw equal number of aces to service errors, and that's what you want. You want more aces and service errors. So what you got for some statistics there, Kent?
Well, we already had looked at some numbers for Leo there. As far as kills, 3 for 18 in the first set, 1 for 11 in the second, 6 for 16 in the third set. So that's 10 kills out of 45 attempts. That's a 22% success rate there. For Heritage, they were 10 of 22 in the first set, 3 of 4 in the second set, and 11 of 18 in the third set. That's 24 of 44, 55%, and that's pretty solid offensively to be able to succeed like that. But both teams were taking good swings at the ball. One of the biggest factors was Heritage has some height that just they were able to hit over or through the block, whereas Leo had to either hit through it or around it, maybe over the top, and that made a big difference on the number of kills that they ended up with.
And I think some of the mishits on the Heritage side were still kind of getting used to each other, and I think some of the sets were slightly off, too close to the net. I think Tagulis did a really nice job of running the floor and getting the sets in the right spot. I think some of the guys mistimed their jumps a little bit. I think their kill percentage could have been a little bit higher, but overall I think Tagulis did a really good job of moving the ball around, spreading the ball around. As you look at the kills, I know that it was pretty even between Mullins, Simmons, and Litchfield.
Well, in both teams, anytime they got their serve reception up within a couple of feet of the net, which is where you want it ideally, the setter was there, he was positioned, he was able to make choices as to who he wanted to deliver it to. When you start making that setter run all over the court to get that second touch, now you're just hoping to be able to get the ball back over the net and hopefully have another opportunity.
And there were times tonight when that serve receive was not to the point where the setter could even get to the ball in his head, and they're bump setting it with an off player, and that tells you that your serves are doing well, that hard to handle. Maybe we can get a word with Coach T over here. Well, we can talk to you. We'll talk to Coach T as she comes up here. So walk up around behind here. And we're going to stretch this thing out, Kent, to make sure that we get plenty of airtime here for everybody as Coach Tagulis, the head coach here. Woo! There we go. Put that right up there.
There we go.
A little closer for you there. Coach, this is our first coverage here, so this is our first look at boys volleyball. And one thing that Kent and I thought before the game was that in most sports, you're going to see the speed pick up with the athleticism of the boys bigger, stronger, and I think we saw that tonight. Is that something you kind of work on, is trying to contain that strength and that quickness of these boys and not blow it out the end line too many times?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Last year with our boys, the first year that they were with us, we really had to try and harness that energy. The big thing that we worked on was jumping up and landing in the same spot. And we worked on that over and over and over for safety purposes, but also just, it makes you a better player. And so it's been awesome to see in year 2 that's something that we remind them every once in a while, but they've continued to bring that. And as you can see from the JV to the varsity, and most of our JV players, this is their first year playing. And then you move to our varsity, which minus our libero, everybody played last year. You can see the speed of the game, the quickness, the serving, the more aggressive serve. You can just tell between that they've had a year. I mean, in this turn, in men's volleyball, we've been playing for a whopping 3 months last year and 2 months this year, but they've had a year of experience to develop.
Unlike girls volleyball travel teams that little girls start playing when they're 8 and 9 years old, these boys do not have that year-round togetherness to get together. And in the junior varsity, we saw a lot of guys, like positioning was a problem. The varsity, that positioning problem was a lot better, but it was still a challenge. We saw a lot of these guys kind of bumping into each other, trying to figure out whose ball to take. But all in all, I thought there was just some really good athleticism that made this an interesting match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all of our boys play multiple sports, even in the fall. Right now, a lot of that team that you saw out there runs track as well. And so we work really closely with the track coaches so that they can get their track runners and I can get my volleyball players. But they also, a lot of them play football and play basketball. And so they have that athleticism. And as much as they haven't necessarily played volleyball together, they've played those other sports together. And so the teamness, the camaraderie, we really haven't had to work on a ton because they've been together in other sports for so long. Now, when we added our libero here as a freshman, that's been a fun addition to the team, and I can't tell you how proud I am of him for stepping up, being a first-year freshman and, playing that crucial role as libero, but also for my other guys who have just embraced him, like the fact that they have all been, playing this sport for, more than 4 months.
They just put him in their gym bag, take him along with him?
Yeah, they do sometimes. Sometimes I do get a little nervous on the celebration because they like to push and shove. And one time we're really worried that Chase is going to end up off that back wall because they get excited. But I love to see him mix it up with them and them mix it up with him. And I'm proud of that team for that.
Now, I've noticed that you got a pretty good sized lineup out there. I am curious, how does the size of your lineup match up with some of these other schools that you played and some of these other schools that have beaten you?
When we match up with, so we have lost to Homestead and Carroll and Snyder. Carroll is Carroll and Homestead were about our size. Actually, all three were about our size, really. But compared to the other teams that we've played, not including those three, I'm sorry, we have been pretty big. I mean, when you look at between Mullins and Litchfield and Simmons, I mean, they're big boys, and they can jump, and they're athletic, and they're quick.
And that's a wall that they put up when they can close that gap. That's going to be tough to get an attack through there.
It is, and there's a lot of hitters that have not seen that. So we have worked really hard with them on the idea of making sure to close that block and really to press so that they don't get tooled, and they've done a good job of that.
We praise people on both sides of the team, but we were both really impressed with Stetzel on the other side. Back row attacker guy must be number 6, must be 5'8" maybe on a good day, and just really has a lot of ups.
Oh yes, we keyed in on him. Even when I watched during warm-ups, when I went back and talked with the team, we talked about the fact that they were going to go to him, and rightfully so. That's what I would do if I were them. Impressed with him, and his swing. I mean, he's powerful, and he, quite a few times out of that back row used our block. I mean, just because he was swinging so hard. I mean, it's not like the block was bad. He just had a lot of power, and it ricocheted off.
Now, I did see that you guys in a couple of those sets, you had some guys that just didn't get their timing down right with your setter, but then there was times when everything dialed in just right. We saw Kobe Meyer come in, and Kobe had like the perfect set for the perfect swing and had a real big kill, and brought the crowd to its feet.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the. We're working on those connections between our setters and our hitters, and it takes time and it takes practice. Eli wants to set every ball perfectly, and the hitters, want a perfect ball every time. I mean, that's just the nature of the game in volleyball, but they are doing a great job of continuing to work together and figure out, I need it lower, I need it higher, and give each other feedback and be able to swing away.
Now, I know you work skill upon skill upon skill and repetition upon repetition, but how often do the boys get back on the bus after they played somewhere else and say, you know what, I watched that one player on the other side of the net, and that's what I need to do, whether it was passing or jumping or their approach? How much are they learning just from watching some of the better players, some of the better teams?
Yeah. I mean, I would say definitely like when we, Homestead, in particular, we talked after the game about what they did so well, to beat us. And, what of that can we incorporate in our own game? Absolutely, because there are great players all throughout, here in Northern Indiana, not just at the Carrolls and the Homesteads, but Columbia City's got a great team. Northrop, we haven't played them yet, but I hear that they're doing amazing things there. So it's really exciting to see the sport grow here, in the North. They've always had it down there in Indy, and they've been playing for a while, but it's exciting to see the kids grow and just get better every time we play.
We have mirrored girls wrestling because we're a big wrestling radio program, and we've watched the emerging status that girls wrestling has had coming along, and at the same time paralleling is boys volleyball, and we haven't really, that's kind of off our radar, and it's coming in more. We know that the IHSAA has pretty much promised us that in May they're going to make the announcement that girls wrestling is going to become licensed IHSAA sport, where do you feel the boys volleyball is?
I feel like boys volleyball is going to be right there too.
Yeah.
The understanding that I had was that IHSAA said that we had to originally there had to be 150 teams and they had to be in certain locations and things like that. Then at the end of last season, with the growth that they saw, IHSAA said basically as long as you have 100 teams, and I think that right now we are at 100 plus, and so the organization really feels like most probably this will be the last year that it will be emerging, and next year it will be a fully sanctioned sport.
Now, you talked about your team being together for 2 years in this area. Have teams been together longer than 2 years that have really been, or is that pretty much the average?
That's pretty much it, because last year was the first year that it was even an emerging sport. So and really boys volleyball, like the club, really didn't, there were some, but really it was more at the college level. And then once it became an emerging sport, the clubs kind of jumped on board. So I wouldn't say that there's even a ton before the last 2 years of where there were a bunch of boys playing. But really, almost everybody it's been within the last 2.
One of the things we talked about was that what Heritage has is a very strong girls volleyball program, the model for the boys in the crowd, how it's supposed to be done, and wondered how much that played a role in bringing the fellows out. Now we start looking around the area. Well, there's other schools that have some model volleyball programs, wondering if their fellows are sitting there wondering the same thing, saying, hey, I can do that. Let me have a chance. And was there any difficulty getting support from the administration or the athletic director? You had to buy jerseys, you had to pay for officials, the gym time. Any resistance there or maneuvering that was necessary?
No, not at all. When it became an offer as an emerging sport, I asked, hey, can we do this? And they said, as long as you have enough boys that are able to do it. And so that's when I went to the track coach and double-checked that we could make this work. And our administration has been fully on board. Last year East Allen said that we could just have a varsity team, so we just went with the varsity team. But then this year East Allen said we could have a JV, which was awesome because last year we had more kids than I could have on a varsity team. So this year it was great that we could have that JV team. But the administration here at Heritage has been awesome, supportive of it. Last year got us uniforms, got us what we needed. I understand because it is hard because fall you have softball, you have baseball, you have track, you have golf, and that spreads an athletic department kind of thin. And so I do appreciate the fact that our athletic department was willing to, let us do this.
You're seeing 3A schools, and you're talking about the Snyders, the Homesteads, the Carrolls. Those are big 4A and 5A schools. When you get to 1A schools like the South Adams, the Adams Centrals, the small 2A and 3As like Belmont, you are looking at sharing resources, and it may be tougher to get some of those kids to play unless you're just taking basketball players that aren't playing AAU ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that is why some people say why don't you have an ACAC tournament? Why do you? Well, because honestly the ACAC, so many of those schools are those smaller schools, and at this point right now they just can't get a team for whatever reason, and I'm sure it's numbers, and I don't blame them for that. But like I said, I cannot say over and over how thankful I am that our athletic coaches work together so that these boys can participate in this and be able to have these experiences playing volleyball.
Now, do they have a tournament at the end of the season?
They do. We have sectionals, regionals, semi-state, all that good stuff. Actually, Sunday is the draw for that. So the Coach Association does a good job, and they release, all the boys are coming to our house. We're having pizza party. We're having a sectional draw party. And then there's sectionals, regionals, and then state.
How far away are the schools going to be that will come into the sectional? Is it just one class?
It is one class. Yes, it's one class, but it is spread throughout the state. So we know that we will either play at the Northside sectional or at the Homestead sectional. But on Sunday, then they release and we'll figure out where we play and all that good stuff.
Well, Coach, we thank you for sitting in, and we sufficiently stretched until your boys were done signing their posters, and that's a good thing. I've seen you do that in other sports, and it really brings the fan base in to help get them together. And if you want to pass your headset off to Mr. Litchfield here, And as these two gentlemen put their headsets on, as we're joined by Eli Tagulis, the setter, and Mr. Litchfield. So, guys, do you think that your school is going to get behind you and support boys volleyball as much as your girls team is supported? Because we've seen some big matchups between the Belmont and the Heritages in the area, and is that one of those things that you hope is going to grow into that team supported by your school?
Oh yeah, I mean I think so for sure. I mean after these we've only had like 2 home games. In each home game we just keep getting more and more fans, and I think they're finally starting to see how exciting boys volleyball can be.
You know, it's one thing Coach Arnold and I talked about. When you watch a girls sport and then you watch an equal boys sport, you see the athleticism and speed pick up a notch, and we did see that tonight. And I think it's one of those things that the fans, when they get used to watching high-level volleyball, I mean, your crowds are just going to grow more and more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mr. Litchfield, we've seen you catch some passes on a football field, and we know you're on the basketball court. What drew you to volleyball? For the fact you're 6'6", probably?
Yeah. I was playing in the backyard and stuff. I liked it a lot, so then I started playing club. I got in the club. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of people from different schools, and we had a really good team in club.
So where's your club out of, and who all's on that team with you?
Empowered. We have kids from Homestead, Carroll, all those big schools. So we had a really good team.
Did they have room for a 6'6" guy in their squad?
Yeah.
They'll let you in, huh?
Yeah.
Did they let you bring your DS along with you? Just put him in your gym bag, bring Book with you?
Yeah. Our DS is really tiny, but he's learning a lot. He's a freshman. He's gonna get better.
And I tell you what, I saw both you and he had some really good serves tonight, and it's one of those things, you practice your serve and get to the point where you know that jump serve's going to go, and then you decide, okay, I've had enough, I've done this, and then you really dial it up a notch, and that's when you start to put the hurt on them and make that serve receive on the other side just that much tougher to dig out.
For sure. Yeah.
So, boys, we appreciate you coming in, and congratulations on your win tonight, and hopefully some of your fan base and some of your advertisers want to hear more volleyball on the radio, and if we get those guys to come out and step up, we will be here around to cover more of your volleyball matches down the way and maybe pick up some tournament games.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let's hand those back to Kent here, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And that was Eli Tagulis, the setter for the Heritage Patriots, and Zeke Litchfield, the big hitter who led the way in kills tonight. But Kent, give me some of your final thoughts on this inaugural match here for volleyball on radio.
I think they made a good observation on the turnout. A lot of times you'll see traditional varsity sports, and the only people sitting in the bleachers are the parents. And I'm sure there were parents here. I think there were some grandparents here. I think there were friends here. Some of the student body came, but they're also competing with other sporting events. Tonight it wasn't raining outside, so they might have been out on the ball diamond, and certainly could have been out on the track. So yeah, I think they should be pleased with the attendance that they've been receiving up to this point, and it'll grow from there.
So once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to thank our major sports sponsors that got some advertisements in tonight. But with that, we're going to sign off of the WZBD YouTube channel. Tune in for the WZBD website and see what other matches might be coming up in the future. You listen to high school volleyball here on WZBD.